Why fans can't stop talking about Stephanie Vaquero, the young wrestler taking the world by storm. In the world of wrestling, every generation brings forth a new face that reignites the passion of fans, blending raw power, charisma, and untamed ambition. Today, that face belongs to Stephanie Vaquero, a name that has become impossible to ignore. From her explosive ring entrances to her fearless fighting style, Vaquero has become one of the most talked about rising stars in modern wrestling. But who exactly is she, and why has she captured the hearts and headlines of fans around the world? Buckle up, because Stephanie Vaquero's story isn't just about wrestling. It's about grit, evolution, and the making of a legend in real time. A star born from humble beginnings. Every champion starts somewhere, and for Stephanie Vaquero, that somewhere was far from the bright lights and roaring crowds. Born in a modest neighborhood, she grew up watching wrestling with her older brothers, who would often recreate matches in their backyard. But while most kids grew out of their wrestling dreams, Stephanie didn't. "I knew from the moment I saw my first match that this is what I wanted to do," she once said in an interview. It wasn't just about the fight, it was about the storytelling, the emotion, the energy. "I wanted to live that." She joined her first local wrestling club at just 13 years old. Small, scrappy, and incredibly determined, Vaquero faced early rejection from trainers who doubted she had the physical strength to compete. But Stephanie didn't let that stop her. She trained harder, studied her idols, from Trish Stratus to Ronda Rousey, and began developing a style that would soon make her impossible to ignore. Her rise through the ranks, from underdog to unstoppable. Stephanie's journey through the independent wrestling circuit was anything but easy. She started wrestling in small, local events, often performing in front of just a few dozen fans. But every match became an audition for something bigger. Her defining moment came at a regional championship in 2021, when she faced off against a far more experienced opponent and shocked everyone by pulling off an upset victory with a signature move she called the Vaquero Vortex. That night went viral on social media, and overnight, Stephanie's name became a trending topic among wrestling fans. Promoters took notice. She was soon invited to compete in larger circuits, where her mix of athleticism and storytelling earned her comparisons to legends like Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch. But Stephanie was quick to clarify that she wasn't trying to be the next anyone, she was focused on being the first Stephanie Vaquero. What makes Stephanie Vaquero different? In an industry filled with big personalities, what makes Vaquero stand out? The answer lies in her combination of authenticity and intensity. Her in-ring psychology. Stephanie isn't just about brute strength, she tells a story with every move. Fans have praised her ability to build tension and drama during her matches, making even routine bouts feel cinematic. Her technical precision. Trained in both freestyle wrestling and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Vaquero's moveset is as diverse as it is unpredictable. She blends aerial agility with grappling mastery, keeping opponents constantly guessing. Her charisma. When she steps into the ring, she commands attention. Whether she's playing the hero or the villain, fans are drawn to her energy. Her interviews are raw, confident, and refreshingly real. Her connection with fans. On social media, Stephanie engages directly with her followers, sharing training clips, motivational posts, and behind-the-scenes glimpses into her journey. She doesn't hide her struggles, which makes her victories even more meaningful. The social media explosion. In the digital age, fame spreads fast, and Stephanie Vaquero's online presence has played a massive role in her meteoric rise. Her short clips on Instagram Reels, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts regularly rack up millions of views, with fans dissecting her every move and cheering her evolution as a performer. A particularly viral clip of her performing a mid-air reversal during a live match drew comparisons to early Rey Mysterio highlights. Fans flooded the comments with reactions like, "She's the future of wrestling," and "That move was insane." Brands have taken notice, too. Vaquero has already inked endorsement deals with fitness companies, athletic apparel brands, and even a major energy drink sponsor. But unlike some athletes who let fame change them, she remains laser-focused on her craft. When asked how she handles her newfound fame, Vaquero simply said, "I never forget that the fans made me who I am. My job is to give them a show they'll never forget." Breaking barriers in a male-dominated world. Women's wrestling has evolved dramatically over the past decade, but the journey toward equal respect and visibility is still ongoing. Stephanie Vaquero represents the new wave, athletes who demand recognition not just as women wrestlers but as elite performers on any stage. She's been vocal about gender equality in sports, often using her platform to advocate for better training facilities, fair pay, and representation for female athletes. In a powerful statement during a post-match interview, she said, "We're not here to fill a slot on the card. We're here to headline it." That quote spread like wildfire, inspiring countless young girls to pursue wrestling and martial arts. It also cemented Vaquero's status as more than just an athlete, she's a movement in motion. Rivalries that define her career. No wrestling story is complete without rivalries, and Stephanie Vaquero's list is already iconic. Her most intense feud so far has been with Lara, the Lioness, Cortez, a powerhouse wrestler known for her brutal strength and intimidating presence. Their back-and-forth battles have drawn massive audiences, with fans debating who the true alpha of the women's division really is. Their most recent match, a brutal 30-minute showdown filled with reversals, high-flying spots, and emotional near falls, has been hailed as one of the best women's matches of the year. Commentators called it a masterclass in storytelling and athleticism. The rivalry, however, doesn't seem to be over. Fans are eagerly anticipating their rematch, rumored to headline a major pay-per-view next season. Inside her training regimen, the Vaquero discipline. Behind every great wrestler is an even greater work ethic, and Stephanie's is legendary. Her typical day starts at 5 a.m. with strength training, followed by 2 hours of grappling drills, and ends with cardio and recovery sessions. She also practices mindfulness and visualization, crediting mental discipline as one of her biggest strengths. "I train my mind as hard as I train my body," she told Full-Time Vibes in an exclusive feature. "When I step into the ring, I've already won the battle in my head. The rest is execution." Her commitment has earned her respect not just from fans, but also from veteran wrestlers who recognize her as one of the hardest working young athletes in the business. Her biggest inspiration. Stephanie often credits her mother as her greatest influence. "She worked 2 jobs just so I could attend wrestling school," Stephanie said during an emotional moment in a documentary clip. "Every time I step into that ring, I'm fighting for her." That authenticity, that connection to something deeper than fame, is what fans relate to most. Stephanie Vaquero isn't wrestling for the spotlight, she's wrestling to honor the people who believed in her before anyone else did. The global impact, a new face for wrestling's future. As wrestling becomes more global, young stars like Stephanie Vaquero represent a bridge between tradition and innovation. She's part of a generation that understands both the spectacle of old-school wrestling and the power of digital storytelling. Her fanbase stretches across continents, from North America to Latin America, Europe, and Asia, where she's been celebrated not only for her athleticism but also for her message of empowerment and self-belief. Analysts predict that Vaquero could soon become one of the youngest athletes to headline an international wrestling event, with potential cross-promotional opportunities in MMA, entertainment, and even Hollywood. "She has the it factor," said one promoter. "That rare blend of skill, charisma, and authenticity that can carry an entire brand." Criticism and challenges. Of course, with fame comes criticism. Some detractors argue that Stephanie's rise has been too fast, that her popularity is more about image than experience. Others claim she's being overhyped by social media. But Stephanie doesn't let the negativity faze her. "You can't control what people say," she said in an interview. "All you can do is prove them wrong, one match at a time." And she's done just that. Every performance, every victory, every promo has silenced more doubters. Her consistency has turned skeptics into believers. A role model for the next generation. Beyond the ring, Stephanie Vaquero has taken on a mentorship role for young athletes. She frequently visits schools, gyms, and youth programs, emphasizing the importance of confidence, education, and perseverance. Her message is simple but powerful. Don't wait for someone to tell you that you're ready. Start before you're ready, and grow as you go. This philosophy has resonated deeply with her fans, many of whom see her not just as a wrestler but as a symbol of self-empowerment and resilience. What's next for Stephanie Vaquero? With her popularity skyrocketing, the future looks brighter than ever. Rumors suggest she's in talks for a major championship run and possibly a starring role in a wrestling-based streaming series. If those reports are true, it could mark the next big leap in her already remarkable career, from breakout star to global icon. But when asked what her main goal is, Vaquero keeps it simple. I just want to keep evolving. Every match, every challenge, I want to be better than I was yesterday. That mindset might just be the key to her longevity. In a sport where hype often fades fast, Stephanie Vaquero is proving she's not just another flash in the pan, she's here to stay. Conclusion: the making of a legend. So, why can't fans stop talking about Stephanie Vaquero? Because she represents everything wrestling stands for: passion, strength, and storytelling, wrapped in the fire of youth and the hunger to prove herself. Her rise isn't just about victories in the ring, it's about redefining what success looks like for young athletes everywhere. In an age of overnight fame and fleeting trends, Stephanie Vaquero's authenticity is a breath of fresh air, and a reminder that true greatness is earned, not given. As one fan perfectly summed it up online, Stephanie Vaquero doesn't just fight her opponents. She fights for every dreamer who was told they couldn't make it, and she wins every time. The world of wrestling may see many stars come and go, but only a few become legends. Stephanie Vaquero is on her way to becoming one of them.